Some super interesting conversations always happen on stream. I want to thank all of you guys who actually send us DMs. Because of you guys, videos like this can actually happen because we can't catch everything. It's actually SypherPK and Nickmercs talking about the xQc kit contract in a stream a while back now, but bringing up some very interesting points that other creators have also had the question on. But of course, with the big headline being xQc and his $100 million deal, a lot of people were busy congratulating xQc as opposed to questioning, okay, how is it actually possible that he was paid $100 million? Here's what Nickmercs and Sypher had to say about it.
I'm going to go take a look.
PK, did we talk about that, by the way? 100 million per year?
100 million deal for xQc?
Yeah. No, for Cloaksy. Yeah.
Well, I think it's not, like, obviously, like, no one knows the details of the contract, but I think it's like 100 mil to stream there, but also I think it's tied in with, like, the whole state gambling.
Oh, for sure.
Like, I would,
for sure. Like there's
like,
going to be a percentage of that has to that where he'll have to gamble on stream. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Like of the 100 mil, like how much do you think is for streaming versus gambling?
Of the,
you know, I heard crazy numbers about like what Stake was offering streamers to.
I've heard some pretty crazy shit too. I think that it's fair to say, and I'm sure we can agree that gambling. I think we'll, but okay, chat's swearing that gambling is not in the contract.
They're saying that?
That's what they're saying. Really, chat?
That makes sense. I mean,
no, it would make no sense because they're backed by Stake. So you would think that, you know, that's where a lot of the bread comes. So if you bring a big time guy on your platform, then you would want him to gamble a percentage of those hours. You know what I mean?
Well, you know, like to me, from my perspective, I always felt like even if you're not involved in gambling, if you're streaming on Kick, you're indirectly promoting it just because there's a lot of gambling streamers there. But like you're not directly promoting it, but you know they are backed by it. So like their number one category is usually slots, and you know
not
while
right
they don't
now,
have any,
I think it's like just chatting and shit. Bro,
it's usually number one or two. Like it's up there. It's up there.
Listen, they're doing good, man. They're doing fucking good. I don't think they're doing bad at all. I'm actually really surprised.
They're doing bad.
Yeah. I mean, you would think it's slots, but it's usually just chatting, I think. He took equity. He did take equity as a part of the 100 mil.
And continually throughout this, they doubt that it does not involve gambling in some form or another. We do know, or we're presuming based on the hints that xQc has given, that part of that $100 million is probably the equity that he took in Kick as a platform. And yes, he probably will be doing some gambling maybe in the future. He has himself revealed, though, that he is not required to gamble while on Kick, which has led a lot of people to say, okay, what actually is the ROI on giving a streamer $100 million non-exclusively when he doesn't really, you know, benefit the main platform as opposed to just bringing in eyes that a lot of other streamers could do? xQc brings in a lot of viewers. That does not mean he is worth $100 million. So a lot of people are wondering, okay, where's the return on investment for Kick to actually do this beyond just the headlines and the viewers for it to make sense?
I don't know.
How do you feel about the non-exclusive part of it? Because I
don't know if I believe that there's no gambling included. I don't know if I believe that. I just don't know if I believe it.
Yeah, that's a hard.
Because I've heard about how much that sweetens the pot. You know what I mean? It's a big deal.
Because if there's no gambling included, like they overpaid. Because like you got to think about it. What's the value proposition for 100 million? Even if he's the biggest streamer, it's still like he can still stream on Twitch. So like if he had to go to Kick and he couldn't stream on Twitch, like I would understand the 100 mil a little bit more. But who's out here offering 100 mil contracts? Like who are they competing with? Right?
I think that like. I mean, I agree with you. That was my thought at first too. But the more I thought about it, and the more I read like chat and tweets and what everybody's saying, it kind of seems like Kick doesn't want to be like they don't want to have you exclusively on their platform. I guess.
No, and that's smart. That's smart because what happened with Mixer? Like let me give you a good example. Mixer thought when they took Ninja at the peak, like, you know, he was still pulling 50 to 100K sometimes. They thought that everyone was going to be like, we have to go to Mixer to watch Ninja right now. But what would have been better for them is for him to stream Fortnite still on Twitch for like 4 or 5 hours, build up 50,000 viewers,
Then go over.
and be like, all right, guys, we're going over to Mixer for the rest of the stream. And then he would have converted so much more to the website, whereas he just kind of like disappeared off Twitch. And
I got all F4 again, man. It's not letting me in.
Yeah, that makes sense.
a year into his contract, people in my chat would be like, yo, why is it Ninja Live? I'm like, guys, he signed a deal with Mixer. You guys living under a rock? But most people, like,
So
they're not
we
keeping
all
up with
agree.
everything.
So you all agree, like if you're an established Twitch guy, you start your Twitch stream and then like halfway through you say, okay, guys, we're going over there or something.
I think that's the smartest way to do it. I think that's the smartest way for those companies. Like if they're gonna pay you to stream on their website, they shouldn't try to like cut you off from your main audience, because they should try to like siphon that main audience onto their website. So with xQc, he's still gonna be live on Twitch, 60, 70K viewers, and then he swaps the Kick, and then those people are more inclined to come over. Whereas if he could only stream on Kick, like there's less turnover, there's less siphoning.
And they also bring up the great point of what Kick's strategy has been, which actually has been very smart when they sign these non-exclusive deals, allowing these streamers to first stream on their original platform, which has for most of these streamers been Twitch. You build up that viewership and then you siphon that live viewership live into your Kick stream. So you go live on Twitch first, you say after a couple of hours, hey, we're going to Kick. So once your viewership is at a peak on that platform, you then take the viewers from the platform. Actually has been a very, very good strategy for a lot of these Kick streamers, and certainly a smart one. They also talk about Twitch and the fact that when is the last time Twitch has had a really big change or a big update that people have been so like in awe of, that has really moved things forward for Twitch. It has been quite some time. Although to play devil's advocate, it is on Kick. You know, the ball is in their court to actually make the move and keep the snowball momentum rolling, as Twitch doesn't have to do much. YouTube doesn't have to do much. They're pretty solidified, especially Twitch, with all the streamers and viewers they do get. So, you know, the updates are, of course, going to slow down over time. They've been the leading for streaming platforms for so long. It still is Kick that is doing the chasing, that has to, you know, do some new updates, do things that Twitch doesn't already have in order to pull in more viewers. But it is interesting to hear Nickmercs and Sypher talk about this xQc deal, as they had heard rumors of other deals that, you know, maybe did include gambling, or the price increase for when streamers do take on gambling on a platform like Kick, where they have these Kick deals and also the gambling deals. Don't want to mention the name.
And it honestly is working, I think, because usually, I mean, you remember like when someone first swaps to YouTube or Mixer, like Shroud, Ninja, like they might have gotten 1 or 2 big streams in the beginning, and then it's like a plummet. But on Kick, I'm seeing like people kind of sometimes hold the same viewership or even be bigger, because they're not completely like excluded from still streaming on Twitch.
You think that's because they're not excluded from streaming on Twitch?
I think it plays a part of it. I also, you know, there was like,
I think it plays a part of it. I wouldn't say that's the whole reason.
yeah.
I mean, Kick is kind of like a green Twitch.
It is.
I think they did a great job with the UI and the way it all looks, because it's literally just here you go,
Basically
but
just the same.
here you go, but
One of the
green.
biggest issues with YouTube is when people go there, they're like, dude, I don't get this YouTube UI. It's so bad for live streaming. Like even Tim will say that, like he wishes that YouTube live streaming looked more like Twitch live streaming. He might not say it out loud, but like everyone on YouTube wants it to be better. But Kick just said, screw it, we're just gonna copy what works, and then maybe they add more things that Twitch doesn't have.
Yeah, the YouTube UI is so bad. It's always been real bad. I don't know. I mean, it's a copy paste.
But it's a copy paste, Nick. But I think they're gonna get creative and add even more that then Twitch is gonna be like, shit, we might have to add that too.
Well, that's good.
Because Twitch,
that's
if you think about Twitch hasn't added a lot that has like benefited streams. Like, ever since Twitch Prime was like the last big, like Twitch Prime and Bits was like the last big thing Twitch added that like helped.
That was
streamers,
the last.
right?
That was the last huge thing that everybody was in love with that I can remember anyway.
So if Kick like starts adding stuff that like really helps streamers beyond like the split and stuff, then pressure will be on Twitch to like respond or like do their own thing,
Yeah,
which
absolutely.
is good. This is good.
Oh, it's great.
For
It's
everybody.
great.
But it's always interesting hearing these guys to see what they have to say. And of course, when you have someone like Nickmercs, who he spoke on this, we covered this in a video already, in a couple of months or less, his Twitch contract is going to be up. And we'll see if he will go to Kick. Would he gamble? By the sounds of it, it doesn't sound like he's going to take that route, at least with the gambling. He certainly could still go to Kick and not gamble. Maybe YouTube, maybe staying on Twitch. The question mark is still there for him, but they're not done yet. This is actually a full, nice conversation about some other topics we'll cover in some other videos. As always, thank you guys for sending us clips, sending us stories. We appreciate all of you guys who've been commenting, leaving likes, and of course, subscribing to the channel. It means a lot to us. Till next time, though, take care. We'll see you back here soon.